G'day everyone and welcome to another video. This one has us going to the beautiful coastal town of Port Hughes on the Yorke Peninsula here in South Australia. We set ourselves up in the caravan park with some beautiful sea views, and while there we go whale watching and do a bit of beach walking. Hope you enjoy what we've got. I'm Mick and this is Sally. Together we've been caravanning Australia since the 1980s, and more recently we started to put the videos together just to show you some of what we see out there. There's a lot to see in Australia and we hope you enjoy what we have here to show you. You can follow us on our trips via the following social media platforms. With our destination only being 150 kilometres away, it was a leisurely drive across the top of the Gulf as we headed west towards the seaside town of Port Hughes. With no wind blowing us about and the blue skies, it was an ideal day to be out travelling on the road. The caravan park that we're going to has got two sections to it, and the blue one here, that's the main one, and the yellow one, that's the caravan park that we will be stopping at whilst we're at Port Hughes. So it was up to the main one to do our check-in, and from there we had to leave that area and then travel down to the main one, or what we called the better one I guess, and that was the one that was going to give us the waterfront views. Things were in our favour today with no cars here in the car park. It gave us plenty of room to chuck that U-turn to head out of this caravan park to make our way across to the one that was on the water. Bit awkward to see here with the sun glare, but we're actually driving in through one of the caravan sites here because the main entry into this part of the park was closed off because they were doing some deep drainage work for the town, and that was because of a recent flooding back around the Christmas period. G'day everyone, and we're at Port Hughes and we're here for 3 nights. Absolutely beautiful day today. A little bit of cloud building up now, but we're in for a nice sunny day and hopefully again tomorrow. So 3 nights and should be good. We absolutely love it here with the elevated view of the caravan park. You look down across these lawned area here with the barbecue and the jetty and all the walkways that they've got. Absolutely beautiful, particularly when you get such a nice day like today. Being winter time, a lot of seaweed on the beach, but the water absolutely crystal clear to look through. As with most towns along the coast on the Yorke Peninsula, it's got its own jetty, a very popular one, this one for fishing. And it was time to go for a walk, just to see what sort of activity was happening out there. Such clear water to look at, beautiful sight to see, but being winter time, of course, not a lot of people out there, a few brave hearts that were trying to catch something, but not very much activity happening as far as fish or anything else going into their bucket. A lot of boats parked up in the parking area of the boat ramp, so that certainly indicates the number of boats that are out fishing. And with such glorious weather, glassy waters, why not? For the period that we were staying here at the Caravan Park, it was not booked out by no means. Of course, it is the quiet season as far as tourism goes, but along this beachfront here up on the elevated view, the vans would leave each morning, and in most cases, each night, the biggest part of the area was full again with vans. It was ideal weather conditions to be sitting out under the van and just taking in the views. The park has fish cleaning facilities, and when you see a facility like this where there's 3 sinks for people to clean their fish, now for 3 people or 3 groups of people to be cleaning fish at the same time, it certainly illustrates the number of fish that must be out there to be caught. And of course, not far away from that is a very simple camp kitchen. It's a very clean and green caravan park, this one, and green surrounds, and it's great to see that the cabins haven't pushed the pad sites for campers, particularly caravanners I guess, away from that front sea view area. We didn't get any magnificent cloudy sunsets whilst we were there, but to see that red glow above the water on a cloud-free sky certainly was a pretty sight to look at. Today was the day that we were going to walk from the Port Hughes jetty up to the Moonta Bay jetty, nearly 3.5 kilometres along the beach, and it was our intention to stay on the beach for that walk, for as much of the walk as what we could. Due to the terrain and the cliffs along the beach, to get down and to get access onto the sand and to go into the water, I guess, if you want to go for a swim, there's a set of steps, and there's numerous numbers of these steps as we walked along our way, making our way to Moonta Bay. As we make our way along the beach, you'll see that the terrain does change quite a bit, and here we are, we've gone from sand to rock, but as mentioned earlier, we wanted to walk the entirety of the walk along the beachfront and not go back up onto the top of the cliffs unless we're absolutely forced to do so. As we made our way towards Moonta Bay, the conditions on the beach did change, and being winter there was a lot of seaweed at different times, and then there was a lot of clear sandy areas as we are here, and then of course we moved into rocks as well. With our desire to stay on the beach for the full walk, we bypassed the steps here, but unfortunately as we come up to the ground level here, we looked across the other side and it was just too rocky to continue on. So it was back to the set of steps, and we went up over the steps here, and no sooner we got to the top and we started to descend back down again onto the sand, and away we went. There's been a lot of time and money and effort put into this beachfront area here with all its elevated platforms and stairs that allow you to come down to these beach sections, and it's really to the benefit of the locals and the tourists such as us that it enables us to enjoy the beach. As we were making our way towards Moonta Bay, the tide was actually going out, so it gave us a full advantage to make the most of the beach as we wanted to. Even though there were a lot of sections with seaweed and stones, there were big sections of beach like we are here now that offered great swimming for anyone that wanted to do it during the warmer months. And of course you've got all these access platforms here. A lot of them go up to private homes, so you need to be careful which one you select to take should you want to go either up or down and enter or depart from the beach. We enjoy the time at the beach during the winter months, but we must come back during the summer and do these walks again just to experience it and see what it's like when there's less seaweed about. The Moonta Bay jetty, another popular jetty on the Yorke Peninsula, and they're doing improvements with this walkway here that allows wheelchair access to go down onto the beach. Now at the halfway point of our walk, we thought we'd sit down, have some scones and coffee, and a bit of a relaxation period before we started to make our way back towards Port Hughes. For this part of the beach, as we started to leave Moonta Bay, there was seaweed and more seaweed, but don't let that put you off. During the summer months, of course, none of that is here. Earlier this year, whilst at Moonta Bay camping, we actually come down to try and find this secret garden, which is where we are now. And because we come in from the town side, I suppose, it was on the eastern side, which is from within the city limits, or the town limits, I should say, of Moonta Bay, we didn't find it. And we knew there was beach access to it, so once we were heading back towards Port Hughes and we come to the beach access, we thought we'd go in and just have a look at these secret gardens. No idea why they call it the secret gardens, and I'm sure if I googled it perhaps I might find something there, but it's certainly a very pretty and well maintained area at this time while we were there, and from what we've heard there are small weddings and the likes that are held here on different occasions. Certainly a beautiful spot to have something like that. As I mentioned, we couldn't find it when we came in from the eastern side, but this is the walk as you come in from the east, so if you're looking for it, this is what you should see as you enter the garden. The low tide that we had when we started our walk had now turned and the tide was coming in, and the water was nearly up to the bottom of the steps that we needed to climb up to enable us to get around that point. With the water being too high, we had to go up the steps and then across the point and the car park here, and then we'd make our way back down to the beach area and continue on from there. We enjoyed our morning walk along the beach here from Port Hughes up to Moonta Bay and back again, but with the weather like it was, it certainly made for a great day to be out on the beach. With the sun setting and no cloud in the sky, it was still a pretty thing to look at as we looked across the water to watch the sun disappear behind the horizon. It's always nice to admire any sunset when it looks its best. It was during our last day at Port Hughes that there was whales playing in the water out on the bay, and the arrow pointing here indicates where they were, but unfortunately a little bit too far away to capture it on camera. Port Hughes' main swimming beach is to the south of the jetty and south of the caravan park that we're staying in, and in doing that it's also due west of the big caravan park, which is the bigger of the two parks. To get down to that beach from either park I think it'd be about the same distance, but certainly a very nice beach to swim at. To gain access to the swimming beach from the bigger of the two parks, there is this boardwalk that allows you to walk down through the sandhills. I probably should also mention here that when I say the two caravan parks, they're actually owned and operated as one entire caravan park, even though they've got the two different locations. And this newer of the two has got the swimming pool and all the modern facilities, big camp kitchen, everything that you would ever want, much bigger. And I would have a guess, not really knowing, but at a guess I would say it's somewhere between 20-25 years old now, and if I'm wrong on that and someone knows the exact date, well, just leave a comment down below and let me know. But it is the newer of the two, but it has been around for some time now. This park has certainly got more facilities for the kids and the likes, but for us, we like the one down on the beachfront that gives those beautiful sea views. It was now time to sit back and enjoy our final night here at the Port Hughes Caravan Park. Now that brings us to the end of this video, and a bit of a gloomy day today. It's trying to rain now, so we'll end it here, and we hope you've enjoyed what we've shown you around Port Hughes, and until that next video goes up, you take care and look after yourself. If you like the video that you just watched and you'd like to see more content from our channel, why don't you subscribe to it? It's easy and it's free. For those that are watching the video on the TV, I'll put a QR code down in the left hand corner of the TV screen, and it's there now. Get your mobile device, your phone or your tablet, and click on that QR code, and that'll take you to our channel, and it's there that you can subscribe to the channel. Click on that red subscribe button, and once you've done that, change the notification on that bell to all, and then every time that we do fresh uploads to our channel, you'll be notified.